Before watching the video, please subscribe to this channel to get more of our tales. When my father died, I thought the worst pain I'd ever feel was the grief of losing him. I was wrong. I remember standing beside his coffin, the scent of dried flowers mixed with dust and sorrow. My brothers, Paul, Amos, and Elijah, stood beside me, stone-faced. The three men I had known all my life as family, though we never shared warmth. We were raised under the same roof, ate from the same pot, prayed to the same God, but I was always different. Not in the way I walked or spoke, but in the way they looked at me, like a stain, a reminder. For years, I didn't know why, but on the day of our father's burial, I found out the truth. I wasn't one of them, and they wanted me dead. Chapter 1. The whisper that changed everything. The funeral was held on a cloudy Thursday. The church was packed with neighbors, business associates, distant relatives, and quiet whispers. My father, Chief Obinna, had been a respected man, wealthy, feared, and generous in a way that demanded loyalty. He had 4 children. At least, that's what the world believed. I, Namdi, was the youngest, quiet, bookish, and always in the shadow of my 3 older brothers. Paul was the firstborn and already positioning himself as the new head of the family. Amos was the schemer, slippery as an eel, always smiling, always watching. Elijah, the middle one, was the quiet storm, dangerous in his silence. After the funeral service, an elderly man approached me. His eyes were red-rimmed, but sharp. "You must be careful, Namdi," he said, lowering his voice. "Now that your father is gone, some truths will try to bury you alongside him." I furrowed my brows. "What do you mean?" But he simply squeezed my shoulder and walked away. Later that night, in the house that now felt hollow, I overheard Paul arguing with our mother in the study. I wasn't meant to hear it, but I did. "You should have told him the truth long ago," Paul snapped. "He's not one of us. He's not Obinna's blood. And now that the old man is gone, that bastard boy thinks he deserves a share." Bastard boy. My knees buckled. My ears rang. The walls closed in. I wasn't my father's son. Chapter 2. The Will and the War. The will was read 2 days after the burial. The family lawyer, Mr. Ease, sat at the head of the living room, glasses perched on his nose, voice steady. To my sons, Paul, Amos, Elijah, and Namdi, my name was there. Despite what Paul had said, my name was there. I leave the family estate to be divided equally. My businesses, lands, and properties to be shared per the attached appendix. Paul stood up suddenly. "No, that can't be right." Mr. Ease blinked. "I assure you, it's your father's handwriting and signature." Paul's face twisted in fury. Amos smirked. Elijah remained unreadable. I was stunned. My father knew I wasn't his biological son, and still, he gave me a share. Equal. That night, a stone was thrown through my window. Attached to it was a note. "You won't live to enjoy it." Chapter 3. The truth beneath the blood. I confronted my mother that evening. "Is it true?" I asked, voice trembling. "Was Papa not my father?" Her silence was worse than denial. "I was young," she whispered. "Your father and I were going through hard times. I made a mistake. But when I found out I was pregnant, he accepted you. He raised you as his own." I staggered back. "Why didn't you tell me?" She cried. "Because he loved you like his own. And I thought your brothers would too." She was wrong. Chapter 4. Shadows and schemes. Days passed like walking through fire. I stopped eating with my brothers. I avoided the family compound unless necessary. But the threats didn't stop. One night, I woke up to the smell of smoke. My bedroom curtains were on fire. Someone had poured kerosene on them through the window. I managed to douse the flames, my hands blistered and heart racing. That was the moment I knew. They weren't just trying to scare me. They wanted me dead. Chapter 5. The escape plan. I told my mother everything. She begged me to leave. "Take your share and go to Lagos. Start your life away from here." "But that means giving up my name," I said. "It means staying alive," she whispered. So I planned my escape. I arranged to transfer my part of the inheritance, liquid assets only, to a private account. I would leave at dawn, but someone had been watching. Chapter 6. Betrayal. In the dark that night, as I packed, a knock came at my door. "Amos, let's talk," he said. One last time. I was hesitant, but I let him in. He sat casually, picked at his nails. "You know, I admired you growing up. Smart, quiet, but you should have stayed in your lane." "I never wanted any of this," I said. He looked up, coldness in his eyes. "But you got it anyway. That's the problem." Then I saw it. A flicker of movement in the window behind him. A shadow. Elijah. I grabbed the metal lamp from my table and swung it at Amos's head. He fell with a grunt. I ran. Chapter 7. The chase. Outside, the compound was silent. Too silent. Then footsteps. Fast. Heavy. Elijah was chasing me. Paul emerged from the side path, blocking my exit. I turned and ran through the garden, branches scratching my face. I made it to the back fence, scaled it, and landed hard on the other side. Blood trickled from my arm. My lungs burned, but I didn't stop. I ran until I reached the bus terminal. I boarded the first night bus to Lagos, barely breathing. I didn't even look back. Chapter 8. Rebirth in Lagos. Lagos was chaos and freedom all at once. I changed my name to Na, rented a small apartment, and began again. I used part of my inheritance to open a bookstore cafe, something I'd always dreamed of. It became a haven for students, readers, poets. It was small, but it was mine. For a while, I lived in peace. But wounds like mine don't heal, they just scar. Chapter 9. The letter. 1 year later, I received a letter. No return address. Inside was a picture of Paul, Amos, and Elijah standing before my bookstore. Written in red ink. We haven't forgotten. Conclusion. The blood we choose. I live now with a knife under my pillow. I still run the bookstore. I still smile at customers. But I watch every door, every shadow, every whisper. They may still want me dead, but I won't give them the satisfaction of dying with fear in my heart. I may not be Obina's blood, but I carry his spirit, and I will survive them, even if it means becoming what they fear most. What did you learn from the story? Give us your comment below, and don't forget to subscribe.